my mind shift used to be the average mind shift, right? So typical la-di-da-di-da, go through life, I guess just coasting through life. As a teenager, I got kicked out my mum's house. And this is where everything was learnt, right? Because now you're fending for yourself, you alone. So I got kicked out my mum's house, and when I got kicked out my mum's house, I was literally sleeping on the bus. I was just catching bus from the first stop to the last stop, first stop to the last stop, first stop to the last stop. And at the time, buses were like, I think it was like £1 something or some shit, I can't remember. And I had a £20 note on me, and this is how I was able to jump on the bus from the first stop to the last stop. I used to give a driver a £20 note. Back then, drivers did not have change like that. Well, change for a note anyway. So they used to see £20 note and just be like, oh, just get on. And then long story short, ended up in a hostel, grew up in a hostel, and when I was in the hostel, I got into a situation, and it made me realize that, bro, the only way you can get what you want out of life is believing every single fucking thing is your fault. I looked at my situation and I said, you know, it's unfortunate I got kicked out of my mom's house, but it is your fault. I try to always find a way to put the blame on me. It does not matter whatever happens. I got kicked out of my house. Okay, cool. Oh, poor you, your mom kicked you out, you was young, you didn't have nowhere to stay. Okay, well then there was ways I could not get kicked out of my house. I could have had better behavior. I could have done the things she wanted me to do. I could have washed up the dishes. I could have made the bed. I could have done the things that kept me in the house, not be kicked out of the house. Not only that, there's a way you need to look at certain scenarios, and you can either look at certain scenarios and say, pity me, poor me, or you can look at certain scenarios and be like, you know what? This is the building block. If it weren't for X, I wouldn't have gotten X. Too many times, what a lot of people do is they look at scenarios and think, poor me, I wish X didn't happen. But you can find a silver lining in every single situation. If X did not happen, 1 second. Hello? Hello? Yeah, just leave with security, please.
Okay.
Cheers, thanks. So, if X didn't happen, I wouldn't have received X. So you need to change the way you look at certain things. I don't look at me being kicked out, and I never looked at me being kicked out as if poor me. I looked at it where it's like, you know what, fuck it, grind time now. This is an opportunity for me to not have a curfew, for me to move how I want to move, for me to develop the things I want to develop without hearing in my ear from my Marjay. You get what I'm saying? And going back to finding a way for everything being your fault. It does not matter whatever happens. There is always some way you can say, if I didn't do X, X would not have happened. Stop outsourcing your problems or outsourcing the reason for your problems to external factors, because you remove the power from yourself and you give power to the external factor. Instead of saying, oh my God, the reason why I'm late was because of the bus. No, the reason why I was late is because I didn't plan my journey far enough, or I didn't plan my journey in enough time for me to be on time. Always find a way for this shit to be your fault. Moving on to what I was saying. So, would I be here in a situation now where I'm living in Asia and fucking jacuzzi on the balcony and things around, man, and I'm living the vida? Would I be in a situation if I didn't get kicked out of my mom's house? Probably not. Many people are still living at their mom's house because they've never been forced to make a decision to upgrade their lifestyle to outside of their mom's house. You need to put yourself intentionally in uncomfortable situations in order to grow. And when you end up in uncomfortable situation, always look at the situation and say, you know what? This is a positive that this is happening because this allows me to X, Y, and Z. And if something does happen that's unfortunate, find a way to say, you know what? This is my fault because if I didn't do X, X wouldn't have happened. Because what that also does is it allows you to have the power to change your circumstance. So because X is my fault, X is now the reason, or X is on amongst me to be able to change certain scenarios. I'm out here and people be like, yeah, you're lucky because you don't have any kids. And you know, if you didn't have kids, and because I have kids, I can't be able to do the same things you do. Bro, instead of you saying, pity me, I can't do X, Y, Z because of my kids, turn around and be like, I'm fucking grateful for me to have kids because kids are such a beautiful thing. I'm the one that put myself in a situation to have kids. So now it is amongst me to deal with the situation of me to have kids, for me to live the lifestyle I want to have while still having kids. Don't look at your situation as such as poor me, bro. certain situations are beautiful things to have. Like, find a way to make your hardships or to make your caveats benefit you the same way I did. The reason why I developed this mindset is because I was kicked out of my mum's house from such a young age, where it forced me to develop a certain mindset that has allowed me to move in a certain way, or that has allowed me to be more disciplined. Because if you're by yourself, discipline is one of the things that you are going to have to learn amongst your journey. So I was forced to learn discipline. Now, if I didn't get kicked out of my mom's house from a young age, maybe I wouldn't have been as disciplined. You know why? Because I would have been living in comfort. I wouldn't have to worry about certain things, or I wouldn't have to organize certain things that I had to organize when I got kicked out. So the story was, I got kicked out of my mom's house, and after I got kicked out of my mom's house, I was living in a hostel. Living in a hostel, this is what taught me how to cook. I didn't know how to cook before I got kicked out and I had to live in a hostel. It taught me discipline, timing. You're literally fending for yourself. So when you are forced in these situations, you're looking at it where you're like, you know what? I have to learn how to cook. It's up on no one's gonna wake you up. No one's gonna tell you get out and go make money. No one's gonna say, hey, go to the gym. No one's coming to save you at all. This is on you to make the best out of the situation and upgrade your fucking lifestyle. So I guess this video is to say, change the way you view your situation. Because I can guarantee you, no matter whatever situation you're in, you can find a way to make it benefit you and say, if it wasn't for this situation, I wouldn't have X, Y, and Z. This could be any situation in the world at all. Whether it's you've broken up with your girl, you can say, you know what? I'm gonna turn this heartbreak into a situation where I'm like, I'm gonna go to the gym and get as strong as possible. And then when you do end up getting as strong as possible, you can look back and be like, as hard as it was breaking up with my girl, if I didn't break up with my girl, I wouldn't be in such a supreme condition. I wouldn't be so strong and such in shape like this. Find a way to make your shit benefit you. You need to tap into that accountability, because accountability is the biggest thing in the world. You need to tap into that level of accountability where you can look at every situation and say, you know what, if it was not for this situation, I would not be X, Y, and Z. And if you haven't got that reason, or if you haven't got that, I wouldn't be X, Y, Z, then you need to create that. So whatever hardship situation you're in, you can turn it around and make that shit benefit you, bro. Stop feeling sorry for yourself and fucking use your full faculties, bro. It's not like you're in fucking the middle of Syria and your legs have been blasted off and your parents died from a bomb and you're out here trying to find 50p to be able to get sandals so you're not stepping on stones and shit. You're not in a hardship situation. Change your hardship situation and say, I'm grateful for the situation, and upgrade the situation you're in. So we're gonna be doing more of these videos. I'm gonna be more consistent with it because I've received a few messages from you guys saying, hey, where's the videos, when the video dropping? And make sure, if you're not signed up to the email list, make sure you're signed up to the email list. The link is in the bio of this YouTube video. Guys, accountability is the biggest thing in the world. Stop feeling sorry for yourself and upgrade your lifestyle.